Good morning, Evergreen. How you doing? Dr. T here with another school counselor message. So I want to talk today about the word friendship and what it means to be a good friend. We all want friends, we all desire friends, and what we've come to learn in society is we all need friends. The value of your life is enhanced, it is improved, and it is supported by good friendships. But when you're a young student who is moving on to middle school, then high school, then to young adulthood, what you learn about friendship is there's good friends and there's bad friends. So, my question to you guys first off, what's a good friend? Are you a good friend? A good friend is someone who listens. Number one, listens to their friends. They give good advice. They steer them in the right direction. They're able to have empathy and sympathy for what others are dealing with. This means even if you're not dealing with something, but one of your friends is dealing with something, you can listen and understand what they're going through and how it might affect them. It might affect them emotionally. It might make them sad. It might make them want to cry. It might make them anxious. It might make them depressed. These are all normal feelings. My question is, if you're a good friend, what would you do to help your friend when they're feeling maybe down or sad? Do you write them a get well note or a feel better note? Do you call them? Do you go on one of your apps and just talk to them and just listen to how they're feeling and let them have the opportunity to tell you what's going on in their life? Sometimes all we need is someone to listen. We don't need advice. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. We just need someone to listen. Are you that friend? Are you that friend who, when you see your friend making poor decisions, they're being silly in class, they're acting up when the teacher isn't looking, they're being mean to some other people that you know, they're talking behind other people's backs, they're lying, not making good choices? Are you the friend who doesn't say anything? Are you the friend who giggles and laughs when you see your friend making poor choices? Are you the friend who even goes along with them to make a bad choice with them? Or are you the friend who says, man, why are you acting like that? Or why did you do that earlier? Or give them examples or suggestions on what they could and should do, so you don't make them feel that getting a laugh in class for doing something negative is the way to go. We all see it. Are you the friend who chuckles just because everybody else is laughing because you see your friend doing something silly or inappropriate or making a good choice? Or are you the friend who waits till that moment is over, pulls your friend to the side, maybe at lunch, recess, on the school bus, and talk to them about their choices? Let them know they don't have to act out. Let them know that they can talk to people. Maybe something's bothering them and that's why they're making poor choices. Because I know that's what I need as a friend. In my friend group, even though I'm a little older than you, I am friends with like the same 6 guys. We hang out all the time. And in that friend group, I'm the one who probably bothers people to do things the right way. Even at times might get on their nerves. But I had friends like that when I was younger, so I've carried that further into my adulthood. So I'm the one who's always trying to steer people into making the right choices. I've not been raised to be a follower, so I'm not a follower in my adulthood. Don't be a friend who follows another friend who's making a poor choice. Now, are you a bad friend? A lot of people, everybody probably goes, nope, not me. I'm a great friend. Well, let's see. When you see your friends talking about someone in a negative way and they come to you to talk about this person, do you participate in that conversation? Or do you say, look, you talking about somebody behind their back, I don't want to hear it, don't bring it to me? Are you the person who goes along with that conversation when people are making up lies about someone else just because you want to stay friends with somebody? Or are you the one to be like, nope, not me. I don't know why y'all doing that. Y'all know y'all lying. I'm not going to be a part of it. Sometimes being a good friend means you have to tell your friends, no, I will not be a part of. That's not a good idea. I don't think you should do that. I won't be involved. I'm going to let my parents know. And if it's something in school, I'm going to let the teacher know. Because I'm not getting in trouble for some stuff y'all doing or you're doing. That's the type of individual and friend you want to be. You don't want to be a part of what's called the get along gang. What is the get along gang? The get along gang is, well, some of my other friends were doing this, so I want to keep getting along with them, so I'm going to go along with them in this poor decision just to get along. That's not being a good friend. That's being a follower. Are you a follower? That was one of the things my mom talked to me a lot about when I was a kid. Make your own decisions. Don't be a follower. And it stuck with me in adulthood. You don't want to be the kid who follows and gets in trouble. You'll hear the old saying when you grow up, who's the fool? The fool or the fool who follows? Now, some of you might be young and might not know what those words mean. What it is saying is, if you see one of your friends doing or saying something that is a poor choice, are you going to follow along with them? Because when you get in trouble, you at least want it to be something that was your idea, that was your plan, that was your intent. You don't want to get in trouble and you're in trouble because this person said, well, we gonna do, or this person said, well, let's go do, and you just went along with it. A good friend knows how to say, no, I will not be a part. Now, ask yourself, when trying to be a good friend, when your friends come to talk to you, are you a good listener? Sometimes your friend doesn't need you to tell them what they should do. Sometimes your friend doesn't need you to tell you or tell them why they're wrong. Sometimes your friends don't need you to immediately interrupt them and say what you would do. One of the best things you can do as a friend, listen. Listen to your friend. Sometimes we can work out our own problems if we just kind of talk it out. And if you let your friend get it out and really say how they're feeling, sometimes they can come up with the right idea or the right decision. And the reason that that decision is probably going to be a good one is because you chose to be a good friend to them and listen. It's not always about telling. It's not always about redirecting. It's not always about letting the adults know. Sometimes you just need to listen. So as you move forward in life, ask yourself this. Am I a good friend? Am I a bad friend? Am I a good listener? Am I a terrible listener? I'll tell you about me. I had to learn as a young person. I thought I was a good listener. I believed I was a good listener. I even really walked around saying I was a good listener. And what I learned as a young person, I wasn't a good listener. If someone is telling you what they're dealing with and you're either interrupting them or you're waiting for them to stop talking for a half a second so you could tell them your experience or what you would do or what they should do or why they're wrong, that's not really listening. That is just waiting for your chance to talk. And if you're always waiting for your chance to talk, or always want to be the one talking, or always wants to be the one who has the idea, or always wants to be the one who leads the group, or always wants to be the one who decides what game we're playing, or always wants to decide where we're going, always decide what time we're on the phone, getting off the phone, going to the game, going to the park. If you're always wanting to be that person, newsflash, you're probably not a good friend. And that could be hard for some. And when I realized that I was that person, I had to learn to be quiet and listen more. And when I learned to listen more, I became a better friend. And my friendships became better. They became more authentic. That means there was love and trust on both sides. A lot of times in elementary school, you will see some relationships where one person really is being a good friend to this person, but this person isn't being the best friend to that person. A friendship goes both ways. If one person is valuing the relationship and valuing the person, and the other one is kind of shady or is only friends when it's just them, but when other people come around, they're not as good of a friend, it's not a good friend. Don't be that person. Be the person that's consistent. Be the person that's honest. Be the person that always says what they feel, no matter who is around. You don't switch up depending on who comes and who goes, because you don't want to hurt such and such's feelings, and you want to be friends with this person over here, but you're not being honest. A lot of times in schools, you know what we hear? He said, she said. And that usually is because a person says something to this person and they said XYZ. But when they're with that person over there, then the story becomes ABC. Well, XYZ is not the same as ABC. So now you're saying two different things to do two different people. Are you that person? Do your stories change depending on who you're talking to? That's not a good friend. Last point I want to make about friendship. Let's say one of your friends is having a hard time with somebody else, and that other person is giving your other friend a hard time. They're being mean to them. They're bullying them. Could be on the bus, cafeteria, recess, phones, saying mean things. And this person over here, that's your friend. But you like this person over here too. And when this person over here is talking about that person over there to you, what do? Do you stay quiet? Do you participate? Do you go along with it for the joke because you don't want them to be mad at you even though they're not being a good friend? Or are you the friend who tells that person, nah, that's not cool, leave me out of it, I'm not going to participate? You got to ask yourself, what kind of friend are you going to be when people aren't looking? What kind of person are you going to be when people aren't looking? If you're someone's friend, you should be their friend all the time, not sometimes. So we're going to make sure that we're consistent, that we're always saying the same thing no matter who's around. We're not making things up, and we're being a good listener. As you go through the remainder of your day, and you're having conversations, and you're joking around, and you're at recess or on the school bus or at lunchtime, think about, what, did I listen to what my friend was saying, or was I always trying to tell my story? Was I participating in some mean talk to make somebody else feel bad just because I was with somebody else? Was I being honest? Is everything that comes out my mouth today the truth? You know the truth, but ask yourself as you go through your conversations and experiences today, am I being honest? Am I telling the truth? A lot of times in this office, we'll talk about, especially when people are frustrated or gotten in a little trouble, and they're going off the rails, and they want to be mad and frustrated. I said, stop. Tell me the truth. Because we can work from the truth. We can get better from the truth. We can fix things with the truth. You can't fix things if you're being a liar. You can't fix things if you're being dishonest. And you definitely are not a good friend if you are lying and being dishonest. Be truthful. Be a good listener. Be a good friend. All right, Dr. T, I'm out. We're going to be looking to see who's being a good friend and who's not being such good friends. Stay well.